Honestly, grow a pair. Be honest about this. Here's what I love about it, Glenn. They had pictures in the New York Post of Don Lemon in Miami and South Beach frolicking in the ocean over the weekend. And the Daily Mail was writing about, and the New York Post too, about how he just looked totally relaxed and happy. And I was like, that is the face of a Black gay male who is uncancelable at CNN. Glenn Beck, you would not be looking that way if you had said anything close to as misogynistic as what he said. But
Megyn, if either one of us, when we were at Fox, if we would have said, well, let's be honest, Hillary's past her prime, do you think the world wouldn't have caved in on top of us?
Right. No, it's different. And that's the third thing. Black, gay, liberal man who gets the protections that the rest of America doesn't get. So that's why he looks relaxed. It's why he will not be fired. And it's why he's been out over his skis when it comes to women and other issues for a long, long time. It's why he got away with helping Jussie Smollett when he was facing criminal charges. He gets away with stuff you would never get away with, Glenn Beck.
No,
never.
and I shouldn't get away with it. None of us should get away with it. This is why I think the left is easy to beat if you just call them on it. If you don't flinch and you call them on it, because they cannot back anything up. They are weak. They haven't been pushed so they can refine their argument even. It just goes into, oh, you're a fascist. That's why. That's why they have never been pushed. Anyone who is a conservative has been pushed up against the wall over and over and over again. You have to check yourself. You have to see, am I those things? Is this right? Why do I believe those things? They don't have to.
No, they don't. And now, like the farce of CNN, I'm pulling up my tweets, sending him for re-education camp, which is so absurd. Like, that's going to work. I mean, I guess we just have to pretend that he's going to learn how not to be a sexist at this camp. I don't know what the camp looks like. Did they put Chris Cuomo through the camp? Did they put Jeff Zucker through the camp? Because their camp sucks. They need to revise their camp. They need less horseback riding, more time with actual women who are strong and know how to stand up for themselves. All right,
who's surprised the left is building camps?
I've got my own plan for Don Lemon, okay? Day one, this is my tweet. Day one of Don Lemon's formal training on how not to be a misogynist. Let's help. We got you, Don. Number one, women are not damaged goods when they hit 40. That could take a whole day, Glenn. I don't know, that could take a while for them to let that sink in. Number two, rape victims don't need your lecture on how to respond to their rape. That was his infamous comment to a Bill Cosby rape victim, telling her how she could have gotten out of it in his view. Number three, women forgetting a fact do not have mommy brain. They're human. Tell it to S.E. Cupp, who he offended by accusing her of mommy brain when she forgot her train of thought. 4, screaming at your female co-anchor because she interrupted you to the point where she runs away is considered rude and unprofessional. Number
rude,
5.
Sure. We could start there.
Number 5, postponing an ad break to mansplain to said co-anchor in front of the audience how to properly conduct an interview is an act of, and this is a technical term, douchebaggery. Number 6, I'm almost done. Defending sexism with some of my best friends are women. Would not excuse racism. Some of my best friends are Black, and it does not excuse sexism. Number 7, I am going to continue to be me, which is what he told the CNN newsroom when he was forced to call in and apologize on Friday, is not an acceptable plan when me is a guy who clearly loathes women. No, me needs to change. Me needs to go away and come back in a different form. And last but not least, number 8, when under fire for misogyny, try to at least look and act sorry. Perhaps the orchestrated frolic in the ocean pic with the shirt off could be postponed until the controversy is a little bit more in the rear view. There you go, Glenn Beck, free of charge. There's my own re-education camp. One of our sponsors today is Donors Trust, the principled, tax-friendly way to simplify your charitable giving. Cancel culture doesn't just affect comedians and commentators anymore. It also affects everyday, hardworking Americans. How so? Well, it can derail their charitable giving. This is an outrageous story, but it's a thing. Take Jeannie's story, okay? Jeannie did her charitable giving through one of the big national donor-advised fund providers. That is, until, without a clear reason, it refused to send her charitable dollars to a conservative nonprofit. Jeannie was unhappy. She writes in, I'm a conservative. I believe America's great despite her imperfections and that capitalism brings great good to society rather than government. Earlier this year, I requested another gift from my donor-advised fund, and it was rejected. Jeannie wanted a donor-advised fund that shares her conservative principles, and she found it in Donors Trust, the oldest and largest donor-advised fund committed to limited government. Do you want a principled partner helping you support the causes close to your heart? If so, consider opening a donor-advised fund with Donors Trust. For more info on how Donors Trust can help, go to DonorsTrust, DONORS, trust.org/MK, and you will get a free copy of their donor prospectus. Check it out, DonorsTrust.org/MK. Hey, thanks so much for watching. If you like what you just saw, hit the subscribe button for more clips and full episodes.